All right, welcome to the fun and frustration of being a black anime fan. This is Theo Ellis, and we got other panelists. So we got cosplayer Kiera Please, we got rapper Apollo Fresh, and we got Kyla Melanin Animated. Let's get started.
Hello, good people.
Hello.
What is up? Hi, nice sweatshirt.
Appreciate it. How's it all going?
It's going well. It's early in the morning for me, so I'm still waking up.
It's cool.
Life is great. Drinking water, staying healthy.
Nice.
For me, it's like about almost 7 o'clock in the UK PM.
Oh wow. Okay. So you're winding down. That's nice.
Yeah, winding all over here. Exactly. All right, so should we get started with the questions? Introductions, and then we'll get to the questions afterwards, and then we'll start rolling from there.
Sounds good. You should go first.
All right. So yeah, I'm Theo Ellis. I've got a website called animemotivation.com that started in 2016. Basically, it's a Crunchyroll partner with Funimation. Also, reaches about over 1 million visits a month. And yeah, I've been a Crunchyroll judge 2 years in a row now. So that's my little introduction. Not saying too much.
Nice. Don't sell yourself short. That's really, really cool.
You want to go next, Kiera?
Sure, yeah, but that's like super dope. Like Crunchyroll, that's a big deal. So congratulations. And that's a lot of visitors. So that's that accomplishment. We love to see it. But hey, you guys, I'm Kiera Please. I'm a content creator and a voice actress. And now I'm a streamer, a pro streamer. And I do music sometimes. So yeah, that's me. Come check me out sometimes or don't. I feel like you'd have a good time.
What's up, y'all?
So you dabble in a few things. Nice.
I'm Apollo Fresh. I make like rap music, a lot of anime-based rap music. My most well-known song is JoJo Pose.
I know y'all heard it.
JoJo.
It'll be like pose. Pose.
Get it. So I do that. I also make TikToks, stream YouTube videos. I just like making music and making content around it. Yeah, that's me.
Kyla, you know next?
Sure, why not? I'm Kyla from Melanin Animated, and I am basically a commentator, activist for Black representation in animation. I have interviewed Quinta Burson from BuzzFeed, all of the cast from Craig of the Creek. So shout out to them. I love them so much. Rad Seacrest from the creator of Kipo, and so much more. I am going to be tackling YouTube here soon. So I also talked to a whole bunch of voice actors from Cree Summers, Eric Bauza, E.G. Daly, the voice of Tommy Pickles, Candy Milo, the voice of Cheese, Anna Foster, all of that. So yeah.
Wow. Like speechless. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's cool.
Nah,
it's incredible.
All right, so we'll get to the questions, and then from there, we should get some questions from the audience, depending on how much time we have. And then, we'll just start rolling from that.
Sounds good.
How do you all feel about the future when it comes to, Black anime creators in the anime space in particular?
Apollo, I see you opening your mouth. I want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead.
Oh, I think it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be like a struggle though. It's gonna be like a process of new people coming into the space, like the generation like us that grew up watching anime, and then now we have an opportunity to brand ourselves, make a name of ourselves through social media, the internet, Web 2, and then Web 3 coming. So it's gonna be there's gonna be like conflict, like the Nagato voice actor controversy, whatever, like people coming out of, but as the more that we meet the world and grind, the worlds are gonna merge. And we've always been a part of, Black people have always been a part of the anime and manga community. Like the first person to bring manga to America was actually like a Black man. Mm-hmm. So I think his name is Vincent E. Grant. So that's always been a process. So it's just going to be addressed more and more as we get into the field, because we're going to get into the field.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, what's the frustration? What's your main frustration as a Black American creator, in the space?
Go ahead, talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him.
I would have to say colorism. I'm gonna just say that. It's harder for darker skinned girls to advance ahead because, there's this look to being a content creator, and it's just harder for us because if you're not a certain look to it, or there's the whole, if you don't have a lot of numbers and all of that, it's hard when it's being a content creator. I am blessed though. I am thankful for what God has given me. I'm not tripping, but I will call out the bullshit. There are some things that should be addressed in this space, but hopefully we'll get there one day. But yeah, that's the only thing I can really think of. So
What's one thing you think we can all do, as Black people in the anime community, to work together to kind of make things better?
I want to push this agenda that not all of us are supposed to be out here picket fencing and rioting. It's more so that it's okay that certain Black people don't want to talk about issues. It's okay. Like, we don't always have to make everything like Black Lives Matter and all of that. Sometimes it's just like our community has issues that we should focus in and move forward with that, if that makes sense, So that's why I'm just like, accountability. And it's not coming from a place of I hate you or you're wrong or you did me wrong. It's just, hey, let's talk about it. How can we better ourselves in this space and move forward? That's it. Like, there doesn't need to be mess or drama with it. It's more so like, hey, let's just talk about it. It doesn't need to be that deep or that serious, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, so it's just about communicating, having a conversation, and kind of getting through it with that. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
yeah.
I think the love point was very important. Like, acknowledging that, like, we just human beings, like acknowledging that it could just, not everything has to be that deep. And love is important in that. Like, that you're accepted, that you're not lesser because you have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
From my perspective, one of the things that I believe just like would really help a lot, or I think people are currently doing, is just uplifting other Black creatives, whether that's content creators or hosts or commentators or voice actors, giving them the space to be seen. Because I've noticed with a lot of times with these social media apps, or like when searching for things, we're not always necessarily put in the forefront. So therefore it's hard for newcomers to come and see other people doing it. While there is a lot of people doing it, they're just not being able to be found. So when we do uplift these other artists and creatives, more people can be exposed to them. And then like, hey, I like Apollo. And then I see Apollo said something about this person. I'm like, maybe I'll like them too. And then it becomes this domino effect, and it allows for the world to be a lot more inclusive and diverse in a way that everyone has access to it. So that's, yeah.
I want to say that is a fact. Like, this, she literally did that. Like, when JoJo Pose was first blowing up, a lot of people like were reposting it, like from like Sway Lee to just crazy people. She was the first person to tag me in the video after posting on Instagram, and I really appreciate her for that. So she's living her word for sure.
Oh man, well, it was a dope song, so people had to see it. It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically just sharing each other's stuff and promoting each other. I mean, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you can't always do it alone. I feel like people think you can, but you do need a community behind you. Because I think that's what it's about. It's not just uplifting one person, it's making sure we all stand as a whole and build something greater than ourselves. So, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's going to benefit that way as well.
Yeah,
and that's it. I mean, if you're doing it by yourself, I mean, you're kind of limiting yourself, So then, obviously, if you're kind of working with each other, then that's going to push the wave, even more than it would otherwise.
Yeah.
Community collaboration and communication.
Yeah.
If everybody keeps that up, then everybody's gonna win.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
And then yeah.
I'm in cosplay right now.
Don't tell me you a Tokyo Revenger, boy.
Yes.
Boy, if you don't put your dragon ass down.
I might be.
Oh. Let me pull out my Rengoku sword real quick.
Yeah, so I've been, like you were saying when you jumped in. Here we go. I can see Kiera now.
Woo! Nice.
I have no idea how long you've been talking, but it's been frozen for quite a while.
It's okay, internet. But I'm glad you can see now.
Do you want to share what you were saying, or do you want to just move on?
Can you repeat the question so I can refer back to it?
So the first one I mentioned.
Girl. Hey, hook me up with a job. What you mean?
Yeah. And what do you feel? So obviously that's like social media in general, but how about, let's say, our own independent platforms too, and doing it through that way? Like, what are your thoughts on that? So, like, websites, for example, as opposed to just social media in general. Like, what are your thoughts on that? So, like me, for example, I have the site animemotivation.com. Like, anytime there's issues with the black community and stuff like that, it always gets covered on the site. But I feel like, at least in the website space, I can't really say there's many at all in the space. It's more a case of, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook and stuff like that. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on that, if you have any?
I think if I can jump in, sorry. I don't necessarily think there's like a perfect place to be. I think it's more so what works for you and what connects to your audience. If it's the website, it's the website. If it's Spotify, it's Spotify. If it's going in person to conventions, it's going in person to conventions. I feel like it's really honing on who you are as a person and what best way you can connect to the world. And while social media is great, it's not for everyone, and that's completely okay. And I think that's something important to recognize, that you don't have to like force yourself to be in some certain box because you just see everyone doing it, or you see it garnering success for other people. Like, your success may come through books and publishing, you just got to make sure you listen into yourself and not so many of the static noise around you.
Oh, you got something to say, Paul?
Just cosign as facts. Like, listen to
Hey,
yourself.
You heard it here first. I got a cosign. Now give me a feature. No.
All right. So from there, what's something fun you love about being a black creator, in the anime space, rather than the frustration, which I've kind of talked about before? But how about the fun side?
Mixing culture, like mixing my culture and anime culture, like just the cool shit that I want to see happen, like getting to be the person that creates it. Like the other day, I made a song about reincarnated as a slime. That's how I reincarnated slime. And then I went in VR chat and got the characters, the avatars from the show, and made like a little music video, and like within VR chat. And so I'm Rimuru Tempest, like rapping about that world, like throwing like VR chat money in the air. And it's just like, what the heck is this? Like, this is something I've never seen before. This is what I wanted to see. Who's gonna make a song about some random ass isekai anime? Like, I was like, I get to do that. That's cool.
That's dope. Yeah, I agree with that too.
Like, basically innovating and mixing. Mixing ideas like from different one thing and another. Yeah,
exactly. And it's cool, Kyla, to see that you're doing that or hear that you're doing it, because it's like putting the people in space that you want to see. Like, that's dope. That's really cool.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I don't know. Just being a black girl.
I understand.
It's a lot, because, my inner child, just being like a little Kai, watching cartoons, growing up, and just finally getting to be in that space of, oh my God, Cree Summers fucks what I do, or oh my God, like EG Daily fucks with what I do. Like, you know, Gay Kunda, you know,
Yeah.
Zeno, all of them fuck with what I do. And it's just like, I love that, but it's not for them. Like, I appreciate what they do, but it's for the little Black kids that I do this for, because representation matters, you know?
Mhm.
So that's why I do what I do. Like, I appreciate everything, but just to see, like, my little sister, she's 10, just to see little Black kids are just like, oh my God, that they look just like me. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? That's why
Yeah.
I do Manga Animated, you know? So that's why I post like Black girl cartoons, characters that no one's seen before, or we just appreciate them again. That's what I do. And I also teach about, you know, racism in animation, because, you know, Black History Month's coming up next month. We don't really talk
Mhm.
about that. We don't talk about how we got to shows like Hair Love, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, all of that. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? We never really talk about that. So that's why I love what I do on top of talking about cartoons, because that's always gonna be my heart. So yeah, it's cool. Feeling like Hannah
Yeah.
Montana. So
That's a good way to feel. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
That's
definitely.
dope.
Yeah. And how do you see that, like, on that specifically, like, you know, Black representation in anime and stuff? Like, how do you see that, like, in the next 5 years, even? Like, do you think we're kind of chipping away at the block sort of thing, getting there? Like, what's your feeling on that?
oh, absolutely. We already there.
Yeah, I
You
was
hear
gonna
that?
say, I was like, I don't know if we chipping. We got some more to chip, but we out here.
Yeah, trust me.
We out here now.
I'm telling you,
It cannot be ignored at this point.
the
I'm just
animation
saying
world right
because
now is fucking fantastic. The Black representation, the writers, fuck Craig of the Creek. That's history right there. Like that, no stereotypes included. That's history. All the characters are Black, dark skin. The writers in there
Mhm.
Black. You know, it's diverse. Like that's history right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
just like we there, but we not there yet. If that makes sense, you know.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
we
yeah,
are
yeah,
definitely
complete.
paving that way. So yeah, absolutely.
The
I think
foundation
I
is
think
set.
yeah. Go ahead, Paulo.
So the foundation is like pretty much set. It's still set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When it's set, it's just gonna brrrr.
Yeah.
Mm,
Just a matter of consistency and keep going and keep pushing,
yeah, a
honestly.
matter of time. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, a lot of these, we'll say, a lot of the more mainstream, we'll say, creators, just in general in the anime space, I think some of them are being a little stubborn in terms of seeing like this Black representation and, you know, where it's led to, what it's doing, and where it's going. I feel like, so like I use a site like Anime News Network, for example. I feel like they they hesitate. I'll say I use the word hesitate in sharing all this kind of thing as often as they could, because they've got the platform. Obviously, they got all that kind of stuff. But I feel like platforms like that, they're starting to sort of dabble into that. But I feel like they're all kind of being a little stubborn about it. But you know, as the years go by, like in the next few years, I'd say that's gonna change in a really big way. Like you said, we're there, but we're not there yet, and I think
Mhm.
that's gonna
Can I ask
happen
a
without a
question?
doubt. Yep.
Who can you give an example of who's being stubborn? Like what? Who do you mean by like what do you mean in being
Well,
stubborn?
all I mean is so like for example, what I mean is when it comes to, you know, the Black creators or like Black manga, like things like that have been created in the space.
Hmm.
I don't typically see it being shared or promoted as often as, let's say, the counterpart
Oh,
on
like
a lot
through
of.
white spaces? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
well,
Can I?
just yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that's
Just in
completely
general.
fine. Like, and I get
No,
that.
yeah. So like, I'm talking about more mainstream websites in general. Like, so like when they share news, for example, when they
Hmm.
share news, like obviously you have the typical anime news, manga news, or whatever. But I feel like when it comes to Black uh, content in general, or creators, or manga, or whatever, I feel like, you know, they're kind of overlooking it and not pushing it. Like it gets traction. It's got traction. Like they see it, but they're
Can I
all
answer
they're
that?
all
Like
hesitant.
why they
Yeah, go
don't do
ahead.
that? So
Yeah.
basically, because okay, about to be extremely blunt here. Black people are not we're not entertaining in that space, if that makes sense.
Mm,
We are not marketable. So when you are, this is a white country. We all know that, right? They are
Yeah.
marketing towards who? White people, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
their audience. So even in Japan, you know, even after they take our culture, they use it, they run with it. Obviously, you would think, why are black people not being appreciated? But in the industry, you know, marketing and all that, that's important. And that's why they always sprinkle in like 2, 3 black characters, you know, just to make it seem like they're diverse. When the truth is, they don't want to make white people uncomfortable when it comes to that sense, you know, because it's like they want to be inclusive in that too. That's why it's important we make our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then we take off with it because these, you know, like these anime studios, animation studios, they are told that they have to make certain types of characters that fit that certain agenda. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who's paying for stuff and that's who they're marketing towards, you know? So that's why when we see characters that look like Mr. Popo, an old girl from Promise Neverland, it's a thing. So that's why when I say we have to make our own stuff to be marketable towards, it's not about, you know, because there are white people who do want to work with us. Like I'll never not say that. They're out there.
Oh,
But when it comes to just like having these people share us, it's not their responsibility. It's ours.
of
We make
course.
the change, you know? So that's why I'm like, we will wait forever to finally be seen and appreciated. So it's just like when it comes to social media, and all the complaints that we do that we are not being appreciated, we are not putting on the forefront. We have to be. We have to do it. We can't keep asking. We can't keep begging. We have to force it. That's the only way Black people have ever come ahead is we take that stand and be like, fuck it, because I'm not going to wait for you to appreciate me. So that's why I'm like, when people are always wondering, why are we not getting, because they don't care. And if they do care, it's for a payment or financial gain. So that's why I'm just like, I mean, you could want it from them, but at the same time, you have to want representation in the way that you see fit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you want white people to share it, that's what you're gonna get. You're always gonna get that because they're the ones that run the entertainment system. They run it. So
And at the end of the day, who's going to represent yourself better than yourself?
Yeah. Don't ask for a seat at the table. Just start your own table, dude.
exactly.
Just make
Or
your own
fuck
table.
everybody and try to take care of your damn self. So
and then invite the people you want to sit at the table. Then you control it.
yeah.
And that's the accountability you was talking about before, basically, isn't it? Like, you know,
Ooh.
right.
What in order do you feel you guys have a proper
You guys
representation?
can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you say proper representation, like what do you mean by that? Because
Yeah, I do think of representation in like different realms. So that can mean with gender, with ethnicity, with just like emotional distraughts, with personality basis. Like I think there's so many levels to representation and inclusion that could be as far as body, image, and things of that nature. So honestly, I would include all that within representation. I would just try to think of what show kind of can be a little bit just like open with the things they talk about. But every anime is different. So, you know,
The first thing I thought of when I heard that, it was more of a like a visual like drawing representation. I remember seeing Canary from Hunter x Hunter, like how she was drawn. I was like, okay, they did this right. Like I like the way she was drawn. But I don't think it had like a lot of representation like throughout the whole thing. But I remember I like the way Hunter x Hunter drew their black characters for sure.
Michigo Hachiken, that's the only representation that I can wholeheartedly see that actually has black characters. That's the only anime, and the other ones to me are just like secondhand, you know, just in the back. They're there, then they're not there. So,
I mean, the one that comes to my mind is Carol and Tuesday. You guys seen that?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still have yet to see it. I've been holding out.
Yeah, so like, you know, the hair and all that kind of stuff. I think that's for a recent anime. Well, it released maybe 2019. I'm not sure what the year it was, but for a recent-ish anime, I think that was pretty good representation. You know, as far as the character, I mean, not the whole show wasn't actually based on black people or anything like that, but the character in particular, yeah, definitely on point for recent ones. I can't really think of any more recent ones that have been like that. Most of them, like you brought up Michiko Hatchin, that's some years ago now, right? So yeah, I don't think there's been any like that ever since, at least for the moment. What do you wish you would see more?
What do you wish was more manga and anime? I don't know. I really don't.
That's a hard question. I think I know what I would like to see more in manga and anime is more independent creators. As much as these big companies are amazing, I would love to see them kind of taking stories from like smaller independent and more diverse perspectives. They have all these crazy storylines, but I can only imagine if I got it from like just someone that I would never think. I feel like that's like the same effect that Squid Game had for us. It's like we saw a different perspective, but we still connected to it. And I think that would be fun to see, especially in the manga and anime space.
Yeah, I agree with that 1,000%. Like when I saw Crunchyroll did like originals from webtoons, I was like, okay, this is legendary. Like somebody created their own thing. They use webtoon as a platform to like freely create their story, and then it got picked up. Like we need to see way more of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And something that I want to see more is like diversity of music, like in anime. Like I love when like Samurai Champloo did such a great job of like taking two different cultures and putting it in there. I want to see more of that.
Is that why you like JoJo? Because that soundtrack be crazy.
I love that's JoJo just like is written so beautifully. Like it's just so much forward thinking in so many different ways, even in just like the complexity of the writing. But like when they played Freaking You at the ending for part 5, I was like, okay, this guy Araki is a genius, bro. Like he's an appreciator of the arts down to the pose being like
yeah, for sure.
Poses, like it's just crazy.
Pose is the clothes, yeah, for sure.
I mean, for me, I think it's just in general, introducing new ideas when it comes to manga and anime. Like I think sometimes, so like Shonen, for example, there's so many Shonen out there, so many more than you can even name. But sometimes it kind of gets into a routine of showing the same things, and it kind of gets jarring. So I think just creating new ideas. So one example to me would be like the anime Shadows House. I don't know if you guys watched it. It was in 2021. Like basically it's kind of a fresh concept. It's kind of like The Promised Neverland, but with a different perspective, different concept. And I just think there's new ideas in general is what it should bring to the table, because like I said, it can get tiring just kind of seeing the same thing over and over again, spun different ways and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that'll be my take on it.
And so, how do you personally deal with the hate as Black anime fans, as content creators? I actually haven't had much hate anymore. In the beginning, I definitely did, because it was a very new space for well, not new, like it's been going on, but a very new space for Black content creators in the nerdy realm. So that's when I received more. But now, honestly, I don't see it. If I see something stupid, I'm just like, they don't, whatever. I focus in on the love and like the community part, because I feel like that energizes me, and I don't need to pay attention to the other part. So it doesn't. Yeah. I don't even see it at this point.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I get a lot of racist comments, coming through the website. Like, that end up in the spam and all that kind of stuff. But I don't really pay much attention. Like, just kind of delete and keep it moving. So
and I try to keep my community a safe space. Like, I feel like your community is a reflection of who you are as a person. And then like we gotta order the negative energy out. Just order it away. Order. Get that thing away from you. That's not part of us. That's something else.
And that's the thing. If you focus on that too much, then that starts to distract from what you're actually trying to do anyway.
Yeah, you feed it more life. feed it a lot more life and energy.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And it puts you in the wrong headspace, as a creator, just in general. So it's not good to feed into that anyway. Just kind of keep it moving.
But yeah, yeah.
I a lot of times, like if I see like a hate comment, I be wanting to respond, but then I go like, wait, there's other comments I can respond to, and I just go respond to other comments. Or if it's like on live, like I'll try to respond and like would love to see where they coming from. Not really see where they coming from, but just like where is it coming from? And then I'll just respond with love. And if they're being really ignorant, I'm like, all right, peace. But a lot of times some people just want to connect, and that's the way they see to get attention. Like a lot of haters turn into fans, they're really fans from the beginning. And the one thing I want to like touch on is like I didn't even like realize like racism in like the anime community type of thing until like I heard about it, but I didn't really peep it until I started cosplaying like on TikTok. And then people were like, oh, Zenitsu is black. Like, why is Zenitsu black? Like, Zenitsu's not black. I'm like, yo, how are you? It's 2022. Like, how are you still saying this? Like, duh. Like, I can't dress up as a character. Like, that makes zero sense. I was like, damn. Like, I didn't think that was gonna happen to me. Like, because
it happens to the best of us.
Like, what? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, they be wilding, especially on TikTok.
Oh yeah, TikTok's really bad for it. I see it all the time. And it's like Twitter too. But for me, I first seen it. It was Twitter. I think it was a Nezuko cosplay, like a black cosplay, and then that's when I really, got a window into the racism, in anime community.
Oh yeah,
and it's crazy because, like I was mentioning earlier, they think that that's their representation because of their skin tone. Meanwhile, they're Asian. Asians, like the Japanese, they love that they love us, some of them, but they love that we embrace their culture. They love that people want to cosplay and they want to do that. So to them, which is crazy, anime is just like another thing to them. Like, yeah, anime. But like, white people, they take that. Like they think we're taking stuff from them. And I'm just like, it's not yours.
It's all of them. It's no one's to belong to.
Yeah.
It's not, you didn't create this. So it's just like the creators want to see that. They want to see people enjoying their content. They want like Kubo, all of them. They want to see people cosplay that's something they drew and made into life, So that's why I just like when I see stuff like that, because I follow a bunch of cosplayers, and they tell me about the racism and stuff that they deal with. It's just interesting to me because it's just like, why does that upset you that we are cosplaying a character that doesn't even look like you? So why does that bother you? Like I like studying stuff like that because it's interesting to me. Why does that bother you internally that a black girl or a black man is cosplaying a character that's not even fucking real, and that bothers you?
That's not even real. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I might make a whole video on that because I want to like understand that from that perspective. So.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of like there's another question. What's your favorite anime soundtrack? I mean, the Shadows House anime that I mentioned, the ED. You guys should check out the Shadows House ED on YouTube. Really, really sick soundtrack. That's one of my favorites right now. I mean, there's so many. There's favorite black.
There's so many soundtracks. Like I think JoJo, and I think Hunter x Hunter because it was just like so orchestral. It was like, damn, like this is a real ass orchestra. Like they snapped. Then I think Fooly Cooly because it was just like such a different like rock. It was just so dope. Like that Fooly Cooly's probably like those are my top 3 right now. That pops in my head. Naruto is dope too. Like the Japanese like instruments, like they're really
good. Really good music in their own. Yeah.
Bleach has a good soundtrack.
What? You just said at the same time.
So FLCL, Fooly Cooly, and
Bleach has got them all.
I have a whole anime playlist, so I can't even pick a soundtrack. I can pick a song or two, but like a soundtrack,
Bleach got endless.
Yeah, so.
Oh, my dream cosplay? I don't think I have one. TBH, I don't have one. I just enjoy it sometimes. And like, if I think more so if I see a show or a movie or something I really, really connect with, or I see a character and I was like, dang, that dude is dope. Then I'm just like, maybe I'm going to dress up as them. But there's no like peak person. I think everyone has the capability in my eyes to be a peak person. It just depends on if I connect with you in the show.
I would be Vildor the dragon from Reincarnated Islam, like a full ass animatronic dude, like a mecha, and I'm a dragon mech. That'd be crazy.
Have you ever considered opening an animation studio? I have not, but I have had the idea to have an animation and sell it to somebody. But an animation studio, I don't think I have the brain capacity to run it. But I'll give you the idea.
Yeah,
I would love to have a cartoon though. Like if an animation studio is willing to make it for me, you see what, we can work hand in hand.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, the anime thing sounds good to me. Like being a part of an anime or something.
Yeah, if y'all make an animation studio, please, please hire me. Like,
yeah. Anyone move on to this one?
To be honest, I think the first moment in anime. I don't know. I guess I never thought about it until I thought about it, if that makes sense. Because like growing up, you kind of see the stuff and you're just like, oh, this is normal. But I don't think it clicks in your brain that you don't see yourself. Sometimes you're just like, oh, this is just normal. Like I'm just not supposed to be on the screen. So when I saw someone, it's not necessarily that I really connected with her. I was just like, whoa, I can be on there too. Like, I think it was just like a realization point for me. Because other than that, I would just be like, is Boondocks an anime? Because that's when I feel really represented. If we that's when I was like, oh yeah, that's yeah. Mm-hmm.
For me, I said it earlier. It was when I saw Canary in Hunter x Hunter. Like I didn't realize I wasn't representing. I saw her and I was like, oh, I like this.
You're like, that's different. That's suspicious.
For me, I can't really say because like for me, like obviously I started with Dragon Ball Z, but then I didn't watch anime for years after that point, like literally, and then I got back into it, like I was saying, in 2014. So
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Okay.
Your voice sounds buttery.
It froze. Like I can see myself.
Oh, okay. So. No, we can hear you.
Okay. It's not an anime, it's a cartoon. It was Goo from Foster's Home.
Oh my god, I love
that's when I like officially saw myself, gap and all, talking a lot. That was definitely when I knew like there I am. Like I can't wait to ever tell Craig McCracken thank you, because that's when I really actually saw myself and was just like, wow. Like her hairstyle, everything, that was just so and then to the previous question, I want to have an animation studio. It's such a stupid question.
Okay, so hire me.
Sure, why not? But yeah, I want to have my own convention as well, and I definitely want to have my own animation studio. So, yeah. How did I get?
I can start if you want.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead. I don't know how.
Yeah, so for me, like I was looking to start an anime website. Once I got back into anime in 2014 or whatever, and then I wanted to start an anime website. So, but what I wanted to do in particular was share anime quotes, motivational anime quotes, life lessons, all that type of stuff, all types of quotes from anime. And then, so what I did, I went on Facebook, I kind of made a quote, posted it on there, and the reaction was just so crazy to me. Because obviously I know how I feel about anime, but seeing other people react the way they did and like share their stories in relation to the quotes. That's kind of what got me. And then from there, I started the website. And then I've just been building it since 2016, you know, posting, you know, mainly anime quotes in the beginning. So like from Dragon Ball Z, Gurren Lagann, just all the anime you can think of, Sailor Moon, even Fooly Cooly, like all the anime you can think of, they're all there on the site. And so that's how I kind of started into, you know, doing what I'm doing, just building on that. And then the site got featured in like a Indonesian, Japanese site, which kind of bumped up the traffic and everything. That kind of pushed things forward a lot quicker. Started posting daily, and that especially that's what changed everything pretty much. Once I started posting every single day, then that's what changed everything. And then yeah, so that's kind of how I kind of got to where I am today with what I'm doing. You know.
How did that develop into your job? Like the quotes, like how did that transition?
Right. So with the quotes, basically, in the beginning, it just pushing, you know, I was putting as many quotes on the website as possible. And once that was out of the way, then there's obviously just monetizing, and so that kind of, you know, naturally fell into that. And that's kind of how that, you know, happened. I had so much content on the site. Like right now, even I think there's almost 2,000 pieces of content on the website. Up back then, there was probably a couple hundred, and that's all I really needed.
Grew a lot.
Move into that. So that answers your question.
I guess a brief little timeline, a brief little synopsis about my journey. I started on Tumblr. I don't know if anyone knows what that website is, but it is old. Back in the depths of the internet, there was a blog named Tumblr. And I would post fashion stuff and put flowers in my hair and do a whole bunch of bohemian stuff and like have scarf tops. And then people started recognizing me for that. And I was like, oh, that's dope. I just wear this. And then that was cool. And then that kind of transferred over to Instagram because Tumblr died. And so Instagram, I was on there doing the same thing. And then I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to cosplay as like Garnet. But on this time, I was still like posting everything on Tumblr as well. So Instagram, Tumblr, Garnet from Steven Universe. And then that kind of like a lot of people saw that and I just didn't expect that. And so I was like, oh, I mean, this was fun. I like doing it. And I didn't connect it to cosplaying at that point in time. And I just started doing outfits and stuff. I was in a new area, so I didn't really have any friends. So that was like my means to escape for a hobby and doing things that I enjoyed. And then that kind of like got momentum. And then people started recognizing me for that. And then, you know, I guess I kept going and then I started getting recognized for like more people and more brands. And I was able to do a couple of appearances. And then I started getting into voice acting and I got a few roles from that. And then like, I think everything lended itself to the other. So I started like kind of in fashion and then that lended itself to like, okay, I like crazy outfits. Let me go a step further. Cosplay. I was in cosplay and I was like, you know what, let's go a step further. Let's become these characters or make music about these characters. That took me a step further and then a step further. And then people just started, I don't know if they see everything. I don't know. But I think that every little, part in my journey has led me to the next step of what I wanted to do. And it was just starting something as simple as being in my aunt's house with no money. And I'm like, I'm going to make a costume and then taking a picture in the middle of a hallway and posting it. And then someone was like, that's pretty cool. And I was like, you think I'm cool? And then, and that's kind of how I would say it. And now we're here.
I was just everything that I was doing like as a kid just ended up coming together. So like I was in band growing up and then like freestyling in the hallways and stuff like that. Then like when I discovered anime, I was that's all I watched for years since 2007. Like in 2010, I was making like AMVs on YouTube. Like they're still up right now. And that AMVs got me into like all different types of music. And then when I was like 15, I was thinking about like what I wanted to do in my life, and then my friends were trying to convince me to make a rap song. I didn't want to do it. I was like, I'm not a rapper, bro. Leave me alone. And then I made one because they heard me freestyle, and I made one, and I was like, holy crap, this is what I want to do. Like, what the heck? Like, I made one. I was like, I need to make another one. I made another one. Then when I made two more, I was like, this is it. This is freaking it. So I just kept making songs. I didn't know how I was gonna get there, but I knew I had to get better, and I just kept making songs. Then like in like 2015, there was like an underground scene in my area. I'm from Florida, so I was going to underground shows. Like I got to see XXXTentacion, Lil Pump, Ski Master Slump God, Smoke Perp, just all these people like create their careers from like the ground up in Broward County and in Miami. And so I would just go to every single show. Then that's how I learned how to perform. I would get performances and stuff like that. And then I was still trying to figure out how to get my music out, but I was getting better. And then TikTok came along, and I decided I just learned about what organic growth is, that new platforms that are popular have more organic growth. So if you just post more, there's a chance for you to grow faster. So I got on TikTok and just started getting consistent. And I ended up getting like a little bit of anime following. I would post about anything, like juggling, whatever the hell, just like whatever I thought of. And once I saw like people like the anime stuff, I kept posting that. And then one day I saw people doing JoJo poses, and I was like, I know exactly what you want. You want a song to do this to. So I made that and put it on there, and
That's
it just
smart.
took off.
Big brain.
That's very
Yeah, you
smart.
saw the connection.
Yeah. And then now I'm here talking at a Saturday AM panel, having fun, making music.
I guess I shall do how I got here.
Yeah.
I started in 2020, which is crazy. I've been doing this for 2 years. Everybody likes nostalgia, so I just started posting, cartoons and anime from like a while ago, and it blew up on the internet. The first big break was Kipo, and how I capitalized on, oh my God, this representation looks good, da 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 da, Wolf and all that. And here I am now. I did a couple interviews with, just people, and that's how I got here. So, yeah.
Well, I have a question. With everything that all of you are doing, have you ever inspired anyone else to kind of do what you're doing?
Every day. Every day, yeah. Go ahead, Apollo.
There is a generation of anime rappers that are coming, and they're coming strong. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I'm talking about like 12-year-old kids in my discords rapping their ass off, and I'm like, holy crap, it's gonna get crazy in a few years. Like, I'm like, yo, this is about to be huge. So I'm just telling you, like, I have seen it, and they're fierce. Like, they're evolving. Like, it's about to be amazing.
Yeah, I have a couple like young kids in my comments just telling me how much they appreciate my page, and just, oh my God, like, thank you for this. There's like I think one Black girl said to me one time in the comments, because I had posted about one of the racial stereotypes from Fantasia. She's like a centaur, and she, they made her look like a whole Sambo character. And I was explaining to people that even though this representation is horrible, it's still history and it's still representation. And she took that as thank you for that, because every time I see something like that, I feel ugly. But the fact that you empathize and talked about that, I just want to appreciate you for that. So just stuff like that, I really take to heart, because sometimes I feel like, wow, don't nobody care. But I really do. Like, I see this stuff all the time in my DMs, emails, all of that. So yeah, it's every day, literally when I wake up to the time I go to bed. So.
And that's your main motivation.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah. It is, because I'll be wanting to hit that delete button every day. I'm over it. I'll be like, all right, well, this has been fun, but so.
It's a lot. A lot. I mean, I just hope so. I mean, I hope I could make someone smile, or someone feels comfortable in their own skin. That's all I want.
You definitely
hope so.
You have. I promise you have.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. But I know how you feel. Sometimes imposter syndrome is strong.
Listen, when I went to NYC, oh my God, I was like, all right.
It's a heavy hitter. It has the hands. So, I mean, that's my goal, Thank you, Kyla.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I got humbled the fuck up at Anime NYC. When I say people were like, "Oh my god, are you Melanin Animated?" I almost threw up right there. When I went to Beyond the Bot, I don't damn near like when I say I love them and I cannot wait to work with them, and they just knew who I was. I lost it. Like I was just like, all right, okay.
And showing love.
Yes.
Oh, we love to hear it. And it was chaotic over there, so it was a lot going on.
Yes. So I was just like, I'm just, and they were just like, yeah, like after, on Sunday when it's time to go, and they were just like, hey, they were just hanging out talking, and I was just like, am I really supposed to be over here with them, with these YouTubers hanging out? And they're like, I was like, yeah, I got to go back to the losers that I was with before.
No, absolutely not. Why are you like this?
Where are you going? I got to go home. Like,
I'm like, no, bring your friends with us. Like, what you mean?
I am definitely slowly coming into I'm supposed to be here. So, yeah.
I feel that. It's hard. It really, it's a weird transition to like feel like have that direct confidence. Because sometimes even though people see it, you don't feel it yourself. So it's almost like you got to bridge that gap.
Yeah, I was just going to jump in and say the panel's going to be wrapping up soon. So we'll have time for one more question. Someone did ask a question about top 3 anime. Do you want to go into that?
I don't know if I could answer the top 3 animes of all time because that's going to be so hard. But as of recently, I haven't seen the newer season, but Demon Slayer has been killing the game, bro. Tokyo Revengers killing the game, and the new JoJo, I feel like it's killing the game. Also, Ranking Kings killing the game as of recently. So it's a hard question though for me all time because I'm gonna just start naming so many.
Well, you, Kyla, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Or?
If anybody knows me, they know it's Shaman King for life. I fucking love Shaman King. That's my fucking anime forever. Second one is Kodocha. It's a shoujo. And the third one right now is Bleach. I was asleep for so many years, and I feel so bad because I used to talk so much shit about it. I'm catching up on it. It's fucking flames. I have half of the soundtracks on my phone. So yeah,
Nice.
that's my top 3. So
amazing.
Yeah, and for me, Bleach is definitely one of my all-time favorites. Like all time, I love Bleach even more than I love Dragon Ball Z, despite the fact that I actually grew up on Dragon Ball Z. Code Geass is another one. Like that's an all-time favorite masterpiece in my eyes. Deserves all the kind of credit he gets. And if I was to mention another one, it's tough, man. But maybe The Disastrous Life of Psychic K or Death Note. I mean, those 2 anime for me.
Death Note's a solid anime to start on too for
solid
people who are new.
Yeah. So I mean,
I forgot One Punch Man.
That's
sorry,
the problem.
One Punch Man. sorry,
That's the problem, isn't it?
Top 3 animes, go.
Yeah, Paulo, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Top 3 animes, go.
Top 3 anime.
Oh, top 3 anime.
Ready.
Okay, Hunter x Hunter popped up in my head. One Piece popped up in my head. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure popped up in my head. Those popped in there, but then I gotta have like a whole nother section just for like
same.
Just like in the cut, like works that I love that are so different that inspire me.
Ooh, yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's so many. Future Diary popped in. Platinum.
Thank you. Thank you. I always say Future Diary, and everyone's like, what is that? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And Death Parade, dude, these are in the cut. In the cut, and they're too good. They're too good to be just shamed into exile to the depths of the anime sphere.
Part-timer, y'all ready for that?
Ooh.
I'm so ready for second season. Like,
ooh. So I'm not leaving my house. Okay, great. Just staying here and watching TV.
Yeah. Death Parade, I feel like that anime, it kind of goes under the radar a lot, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it's low key.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely low key.
I forgot about Fairy Tail. Always and forever.
Oh, wow. Me too.
Oh, yeah. Fairy Tail.
Dang.
Fairy Tail. all day, every day.
Yeah, Fairy Tale gets a lot of hate, but you know, gets a lot of love too. And yeah, I love Fairy
They'll be
Tail.
all right because we really don't care. The fan base don't care about
Me
them.
personally, anyway. And yeah.
No, but this was
I think we have
fun.
time for
It was. Thank you for having me. It was nice to meet you
another
too.
question.
Yeah.
Is there any thoughts? Yeah, it was. I mean, once everything started to get fixed, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, technical difficulties happen, you know.
So right, so it's time to end it now. So yeah, it's been fun. You know, Kiera, Apollo, Kyla. Like, you know, in the beginning it was awkward, I admit, because like all the technical difficulties and all that kind of stuff. But once we started to flow, you know, it's been a good conversation. It's been fun.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of questions from the audience, and
Yeah.
it's been really,
It was nice. Yeah. It was nice talking to you guys too and hearing your perspectives of hearing your perspectives on everything. Y'all are really cool down to earth. So yeah, hopefully we pop in, you know, to each other. Y'all going to any conventions, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want that
I
feature,
shall.
let me know.
I shall.
I if you want that feature, I don't have any songs. I haven't made anything in a while.
Did you guys want to promote your Twitters or anything like that before we wrap up, or anything you want to promote?
Sure.
You just like, tell people your tags and stuff like that, and yeah, we'll kind of finish up.
So you can find me on Instagram at Apollo_fresh. You can find me on Twitter at ApolloFresh. That song Reincarnated as Slime is out now on all platforms. If you have any like further questions, just DM me on Instagram and we can chop it up.
Yeah, I'm Kiera Please on mostly like everything except for on TikTok. TikTok and Twitch. It's with a Z instead of an S. Yeah, check. Come by sometime and have some fun with us. We have fun.
Okay. So I'm Kyla, obviously from Melanin Animated. You can follow me on all, you know, social medias except for TikTok because I can't.
Understandable.
YouTube's coming soon, so that would be great for, you know, people to come on there. I have a manga coming out here soon, so
yay!
So
nice. Congratulations! I know that's a lot of work, so congratulations, dude.
Thank you. So
yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, and I'm Theo Ellis. You can check me out, animemotivation.com. Bunch of content on there for like everyone, and you can follow me personally at Theo Ellis on social media. And if you want to follow the website accounts, that'll be at Anime Motivate. You know, on Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. And that's it. It's been good. Thanks for
you guys.
Everybody.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by and the questions. Appreciate ya.
Take care, yeah.